Hi, in this video we introduce how to sign up account in COTX Hotspot Cloud Service and log in and add your hotspots into COTX Hotspot Cloud Service and manage them and to enable FlexiMining apps. And COTX Hotspot Cloud Service is one of the COTX IoT cloud tools and which help you to manage your hotspot. And we can support different brands hotspots. So any Helium hotspots literally can be managed through this portal. And some of them, you can install FlexiMining apps onto it. FlexiMining is COTX cloud service, which we can install third-party crypto mining apps on your hotspot. So you can get multiple passive income more than just the Helium HNT. So this is the login page. You can sign up account here, and so you must provide a valid email address and trigger system send a verification code to your email address, and you can go to your email and pick up the verification code you received. And this code valid for 30 minutes. Copy the code and paste back into this sign up page. And here you can provide a name for your very first wallet space. Wallet space is a container. It's like a folder name, help you to manage your hotspots. If you have multiple hotspots, you can create a wallet space and add them into it. It's help you to organize your hotspots. Some people have multiple hotspots in different physical location or by different brands. So you can create multiple wallet space to manage them. And you have to set up your password and click agree the terms and trigger the sign up. And once you finish the sign up, you can log in. And here's the main page, home page here. You can see there are multiple services here. You have Hotspot Cloud Service. You have the People's Open Lab. People's Open Lab is another cloud tool COTX provided for the open community, so any people can log in to use it. It's free. It's totally free. Help you to test different IoT sensors, test different IoT solutions. So it's a free online global testing tools. And now in this video, we introduce Hotspot Cloud Service. This is a tool. Let's enter the Hotspot Cloud Service. So this is the dashboard. And if you in the dashboard, you can see we organize here in your, this is the wallet space I created for this test case. And you can see we can include different brands of hotspots. If you add different brands of hotspots into this wallet space, they can all display here. And you can click this button to trigger hotspot tab. Of course, you can click just hotspot to trigger the tab. In the dashboard tab, you can see there were two hotspot being added. And if you click the hotspot management plan button here, this will tell you which plan you are using, because we support different management plan, hotspot management plan. If you have multiple hotspots, if you less than 10 hotspots, it's totally free. You can add them just directly into this portal and just manage them remotely. But if you have multiple, like 20 hotspots, over 10, you have to add into this, you have to choosing the management plan, like the basic plan. And of course, if you're choosing basic plan, you can have multiple functions like a remote reboot your hotspot. For example, if you have multiple hotspots being installed in different location, and it's really hard for you to be each one of them to press the button to reboot each of the hotspots. So we provide this remote reboot function, so you can just using this cloud portal to reboot your multiple hotspots. Is pretty handy. And of course, you can change your hotspot's working frequency. This is for COTX hotspot. If you're using COTX hotspot, we do support this function. Like you can change the working frequency online for your hotspot. For example, this is just for testing. For example, if you have a hotspot, the frequency is like a US 915, and you installed and you try to testing different frequency devices, IoT devices, so you can using this function to change the frequency to like ES923-1 or -2. So it's a pretty handy for testing. So you can change the hotspot COTX hotspot's working frequency because physically COTX hotspots support multiple frequencies. And the last one is the remotely view miner log, because some people want to check the detailed log for your Helium hotspot. We do support this feature, but you have to upgrade to basic plan. So if you have a multiple hotspots, like over 100, you have to contact COTX customer service directly to check what you need to do, what you need to pay. So this is the way you change your management plan. And of course, you can check the purchase orders. You can check your records for your orders. So if you click this button, just like you click my order, the same page will be show you. You can check what orders you have paid to upgrade your COTX hotspot management plan. Of course, you can check your orders to you paid for FlexiMining, because some FlexiMining apps you have to pay management fee. It's pretty reasonable cost, but in this example, you have to we paid for Earn app and Midstream, so this is the payment order here. So back to the dashboard page. So basically in this page, you can check all the details and check all the overall status. And of course, you can add a new wallet space. Then in the hotspot tab, you can see these two hotspots already being added into this wallet space, test wallet space. If you have multiple wallet space, we can switch here. And we list all the information here, models, serial number. If you're using COTX hotspot, you can find serial number here and all fields here. So now let's demo how to add a hotspot into your wallet space. So you just click. So you just click in the hotspot tab. You just click the add. You just click the add button here, and it will open the add hotspot page here. So if you're choosing COTX hotspot, you have to provide a gateway ID and a serial number. And for the gateway ID, you can get it from, if you're using COTX hotspot, in the bottom of your hotspot, you can find a gateway ID here. And you can find the serial number here. You just copy these two and paste into these two fields and click add. Then you can add your hotspot into this cloud portal. And another way to get your gateway ID and serial number is to open your web management, COTX Hotspot Web Management, which is when you install your hotspot, if you open your web browser in the LAN and Wi-Fi environment, in the local environment, you just input your hotspot's IP address, and you can open the in this example, you can open a web management here. So you can, in the web management dashboard, you can find a gateway ID, serial number, and the address for your Helium hotspot. So by this address, you can search your hotspot in the Helium Explorer. So basically, you can find all this information by these tools. In this example, we add a COTX hotspot, so we input gateway ID and a serial number. Um, Pass this one. So you add a COTX hotspot and put the gateway ID and the serial number here, click add, then that's it. Then once you click the add, it take a while, then your hotspot will be displayed in the hotspot tab. This is for you add a COTX hotspot. If you add a other brand's hotspot, you can choose in other. When you choose in other, that means you add those hotspot into this cloud portal only to manage those as a typical Helium hotspot. You check the hotspot running status, you check the reward, and what you need to do is provide a hotspot address. So you can get your hotspot address by access the Explorer Helium Helium network, Explorer Helium. Right. So basically, you add your hotspot into then click add the same. It will be displayed in the hotspot tab here. So that's add your hotspot as a normal typical Helium hotspot. Another use case is if you flash your hotspot. If you have the other brand's hotspot, for example, if you have a rack hotspot, a model V2, and you already flashed this hotspot by COTX firmware, you turn it like a racks hardware and COTX firmware. In that case, you can install FlexiMining apps onto it to get multiple crypto rewards. So if that's the case, you have to provide a gateway ID because you already flashed your rack v2 hotspot into a COTX firmware. That means you can provide the gateway ID. Because it's still a Helium hotspot, so you still can get the hotspot's address. So you can, in that case, you just access your hotspot web management because in this case, your rack v2 already been flashed COTX firmware. So you can using hotspot web management in your local environment, just input the hotspot's IP address here and grab the gateway ID and hotspot address. Copy these two information and paste back to here and click add. That's it. So in that case, this hotspot will be added here and show as maker rack model V2 and hotspot name, address, and that's it. In that case, you can start to install FlexiMining apps for it. So that's total 3 typical use cases to add a hotspot. You can add a COTX hotspot. You can add other hotspots, any hotspots using the existing firmware, not COTX firmware. Just add them into this cloud portal to do remote management. Or you can add the rest of these models like Racks, and Panthers, etc. Add these models here, but you must flash them into COTX firmware at the first, then add them into this portal. Once you're done, click add, then you can enable FlexiMining apps onto them. So in the menu, if you check our cloud service menu here, it's like add a COTX hotspot. As I mentioned, you click add and add a one hotspot time, provide a gateway ID serial number, and you can add other brands hotspot just for typical hotspot management, right? So you in this case, you're choosing other, right? In here, you choosing other, right? Then you provide the you just need to provide a hotspot address. But if you add other brands hotspot for FlexiMining, you have to follow this menu to flash them into COTX firmware, then choosing the model and provide a gateway ID and the hotspot address. Gateway ID, you can get it from web management, and the hotspot address, you can get it from, still get them from the web management, or you can get them from Helium Explorer. So that's it. That's to add the hotspot into the cloud portal. Another option is if you click add here, you can batch loading those hotspot information into the system. If you can, yeah, you can download a template file. I'm not demo here. I just go through the menu. You can download the template file here. There are 3 files in this template. You can choose in different files to add. If you add a COTX hotspot, if you add other brands hotspots but already flashed COTX firmware, or you can add other brands hotspot just for typical hotspot management, right? So the same way you can get all those information you needed for these files. Let's add your hotspots into this cloud portal. And here is the setup button. Here, if you click this button, you can see all the fields you can display it. You can add them. Then you can check all these information in this tab, right? So, and here is the remote reboot feature. So if you want to remote reboot this feature, as I mentioned, you have to go to the hotspot management plan, upgrade to at least the basic plan, pay the basic plan, $3 a month, then you can remote reboot your hotspot. Okay, so once you added your hotspot into this tab and your hotspot do support FlexiMining, you can start to pay for it. For example, I want to install Earn app onto it. Now you cannot click the Earn app here, but there is a shopping cart icon here. You can just click it. It will trigger a payment transaction here, like a $1/4, $2. And you pay for that. When you finish the payment, go back to this page and the Earn app will be clickable. You can click the Earn app and start to install. In this example, this Earn app already being installed, so the status is running. So you can check the status, or you can redirect to the dashboard. Anyway, so this is the way you can install FlexiMining apps onto your hotspot. The every apps have a different process to get an account number, because those apps are provided by third party. So you have to follow our menu to finish the installation. So of course we support Home Assistant. This is totally free. So now it's still in beta testing stage. So you can just click and install. So all these apps, the installation process are similar. It's like you go through the terms, click I agree, and start to install. That's it. And if they need to provide some parameters, you have to go to their portal and to grab the information, to sign up account, get information, and back and fill those information. That's it. You can just check our menus to know how to install each of individual apps. So that's the add taskbar and check the status and enable FlexiMining apps. And if you click hotspot name, you can open the detail of your hotspot. But if you click the hotspot address, it will redirect you to Explorer, right? And if you click the hotspot's name, it will open the detail page for your hotspot. You can get a lot of information here. So in hotspot detail page, you can see the earnings, detail information for each of the FlexiMining apps. You can choose if you installed, it will display how many resources you consumed and CPU and memory, or you can even check the temperature of your hotspots. So that's pretty handy to grab a lot of information from your hotspot. And you can see the hotspot helium activity, helium's witnesses. There is a RF analysis tool you can use to analyze your helium hotspot performance. Of course, we can change your channel plan here. As I mentioned, if you upgrade to basic plan here, you can change your working frequency, or you can check your miners log here, all under this tab. So this is the hotspot detail tab. If you go back to the hotspot page, and that's the basic function for hotspot. And if you click the benchmark, which show you if you have multiple hotspots, it will show you the rewards, just to give you overall view about your helium rewards. So this benchmark is only for helium. By order, you can check the payment orders. Customer review, you can leave a comments, write us a customer review. Appreciate that. And you can contact COTX customer service, all the links here. And of course, you can click the buy COTX product. It will redirect you to COTX online store, cotexstore.com. So this is the basic function for COTX Hotspot Cloud Service. Okay, thank you.